I'm Professor Robinson, and this is Professor Knopp, and we are going to go over the very complicated, yet hopefully simple nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen cycle all starts in the atmosphere. Nitrogen in the atmosphere is formed by N2, there's a lot of it in the atmosphere. 78% of the atmosphere is nitrogen in the form of N2. This humans cannot use at all. We don't use it at all. It's just up in the atmosphere. However, through nitrogen fixation, it is transverted from the atmosphere into the ground, and that happens when high forms of energy, usually in the form of lightning, convert nitrogen, which is N2. They split apart the atoms. Now we have one nitrogen and one nitrogen. They're no longer bonded. They're separate. One of them comes down and becomes nitrate. So it bonds with three oxygens. So if you remember chemistry, 3 oxygens, 1 nitrogen, and 3 oxygens. So now it's NO3, which is a nitrate. And then through fixation from bacteria, we get rid of the oxygens, and the single nitrogen atom that started off in the atmosphere is now bonded with 3 hydrogens. This ammonia, which humans do use, we don't use nitrates, humans do use ammonia, is now taken up into the root system of plants. So now it's in our grasses. Now a plant, or a cow, which is a first level consumer, is going to eat this plant. So it could be a dandelion, it could be grass, it could be a tree. However, cows don't eat trees. Whatever it is, it has ammonia in its fibers. So now the cow is going to eat some of the grass, and some of it is going to be excreted. However, some of it is going to stay in its fibers. So when I go home tonight and I have steak for dinner, some of that ammonium that was in the cow's fibers, some of it is going to be now in my fibers. However, some of it is going to be excreted. So Knopp is going to take over with the excretion process. It's still in the form of NH3, however, it is excreted from the cow, so Knopp take over.
And how it gets from NH3 to NH4 through ammonification, goes from NH4 through nitrifying bacteria, which convert it to nitrites, which we can't use, which is NO2. And then it converts nitrites to nitrates, which then goes back up to plants and can be converted into ammonia, and then it can also go down to water levels.
So I'm going to talk about leaching. So in leaching, it is now in nitrate form, which is NO3. Now through a process called denitrification, it's converted from nitrates into the atmospheric N2. So bacteria, through fixation, called denitrification, is going to switch this NO3, which has 1 nitrogen atom with 3 oxygen atoms, back into N2. Now if you remember, N2 is what we started with. So some of it is going to come back up into the nitrogen, which in our atmosphere, which is N2.